Welcome to Agoracom Small Cap Breaking News, your daily go-to source for the best small cap headlines for over 65 million investors since 2007. Breaking now, we're doing a deep dive today. We're looking at some pretty crucial financial and drilling updates, stuff from the small cap world that really you should probably be paying attention to.
Absolutely. We've got an expert eye here to help us, cut through the noise.
Yeah, what do these headlines really mean for potential investors?
That's the plan. We're going straight for the hard numbers, the key results from these recent announcements.
No fluff today.
No fluff. We're looking for results that could actually signal some significant opportunities. Things definitely worth your deeper research.
Okay, let's jump right in then. First one, coming out of Alaska. The headline is pretty bold. Freegold's final 2024 drill results boost confidence in higher grade gold at Golden Summit.
Right. Freegold Ventures, that's FVL on the TSX and FGOVF on the OTCQX.
So higher grade gold. What's the quick takeaway for an investor seeing that?
Well, higher grade is obviously the magic phrase in gold mining. It can make a huge difference to a project's economics, its bottom line.
And did the results back that up?
They certainly seem to. Their drilling in what they call the WOW zone hit, get this, 6.84 grams per ton gold over 20.6 meters.
Okay, 6.8 over 20 meters. That's solid.
It is, and, within that intercept, there was an even richer zone, 0.8 meters hitting 115.5 grams per ton gold.
Wow, okay. 115 grams. That's exceptionally high-grade stuff, almost bonanza grade.
Exactly. Very eye-catching. But it wasn't just that one super high-grade hit.
No. What else?
They also pulled 1.73 grams per ton gold over a much longer interval, 111 meters, also in the WOW zone.
1.73 over 111 meters. That's significant width there.
Very significant width. And again, it included sort of intervals within it grading higher, up to 22 grams per ton, 19 grams per ton.
And there was another zone too, right? The Dolphin Zone?
Yeah, down in the Dolphin Zone, they reported 1.17 grams per ton gold over a really substantial 253.3 meters.
Okay, so decent grade over a very large width there as well. It's not just these isolated pockets then.
Doesn't seem like it. These represent considerable stretches of gold mineralization. And what should really grab your attention is how the company frames it.
What do they say?
Their quote was that these results are reinforcing the presence of higher grade gold zones and setting the stage for a transformative 2025.
Transformative 2025. That's strong language. Suggests they think this really moves the needle.
Precisely. They seem to believe these findings could significantly boost the project's overall potential. Something for you to watch.
Definitely. Okay, let's switch gears. Different continent now. Ireland, Group 11 Resources.
Right. ZNG on the TSX Venture, GRLVF on the OTC, and 3GE in Frankfurt.
Headline here. Group 11 hits highest silver grades in over 60 years, expanding Ireland's most significant mineral discovery. Highest silver in 60 years. That's quite a claim.
It really is. Makes you sit up, doesn't it? And the numbers they released seem to support that headline.
Okay, let's hear them. Where was this?
This was at their Ballywire project. They reported an intercept of 12.0 meters, and the grade. 2.30% copper, and an incredible 560 grams per ton silver.
560 grams silver over 12 meters. That is, wow, especially in Europe.
It's exceptional. And like Freegold, there was an even richer part within that.
Oh, yeah.
A peak assay section of 0.8 meters hit 10.45% copper, and a massive 1,880 grams per ton silver.
Okay, 1,880 grams silver and over 10% copper. Those peak grades are just, off the charts.
Pretty much. The CEO, Bart Twersky, he called it a pivotal moment for the Ballywire discovery, and he specifically highlighted the spectacular copper-silver grades over significant thicknesses.
That combination, high copper, super high silver over decent widths, that sounds like it could be a real game changer for them.
Exactly. That's what should catch your eye as an investor. And they're not standing still. They've got, I think, 3 drill rigs turning there right now.
So they're actively working to see how big this thing could be.
That seems to be the plan. Definitely worth keeping tabs on their follow-up drill results.
Okay, back across the pond. North America, Quebec's mining heartland. Abcourt Mines.
ABI on the venture, ABMBF on the OTCQB.
The headline, Abcourt Mines strikes high-grade gold at Sleeping Giant, accelerates path to production. Now, Sleeping Giant, that's a name with history, right? A former producer.
That's the key context, yeah.
Yeah.
It's known for high-grade gold historically, so seeing new high-grade hits is exactly what you'd want for a potential restart.
And did they deliver on the high-grade part?
Looks like it. Their latest drilling in the 785 end zone hit 24.3 grams per ton, Gold over 1.9 meters.
24.3 GT. It's definitely high grade.
Very much so. And again, within that, a slightly narrower section of 0.6 meters graded 41.9 grams per ton gold.
Okay, almost 42 grams per ton. For a mine looking to restart, those are the kinds of numbers that can really make the economics work, I imagine.
That's precisely it. It supports their plan, their narrative of getting back into production.
The CEO, Pascal Hamlin, seemed pretty confident. He said, this drilling has allowed us to build a solid financial plan for mine development and rapid production ramp-up.
That phrase, rapid production ramp-up, is key there. That's what investors looking at near-term producers want to hear.
And they mentioned financing, too.
Yes, they're anticipating an $8 million financing to fund this restart. So that's another crucial piece for you to watch. Can they secure that funding and then, actually execute the plan?
Right. Execution is everything. Okay, shifting sectors completely now. Let's talk cannabis.
The Cannabis Company Holdings, Inc. CBST on the CBOE Canada, CBSTF on OTCQB 3LP in Frankfurt.
Headline: The Cannabis Company reports Q1 2025 results amid streamlined strategy and retail realignment.
So no drilling here. Obviously, this is about the financials. Signs of a turnaround, perhaps.
That seems to be the angle. The cannabis sector has been challenging, so positive financial signals are important, while their overall revenue did decline a bit.
Okay, so revenue down. Not ideal.
Not ideal on the surface, no. But the headline for investors is really the improvement in some key profitability metrics. Their adjusted EBITDA actually jumped to 17% from the previous quarter, hit $8.3 million, up 17% quarter-over-quarter. Okay, that is significant. Suggests their cost-cutting or streamlining is working.
It points that way, yes. They're talking about a streamlined strategy, retail realignment. Seems those efforts are starting to show up on the bottom line.
What about margins?
Their adjusted gross profit margin also improved, up to 35.7%.
Okay. And anything else on the financial health front? Debt is often a big issue in this sector.
Crucially, yes, they got approval to extend their debt maturity out to 2028.
That gives them significant breathing room.
Exactly. The CEO, David Hart, basically said their focus for 2025 remains on, quote, liquidity and balance sheet management alongside operational improvements.
So for investors watching the cannabis space, maybe looking for stabilization stories, this could be one. Improved metrics, debt handled for now.
It suggests a potential path, yeah, especially if they keep focusing on their core markets and operational efficiency. Something to monitor.
Okay, one more. Back to metals. Gold exploration. Sitka Gold Corp.
SIG on the venture, SITKF on OTCQB, 1RF in Frankfurt.
Headline: Sitka Gold expands high-grade discovery at Yukon's RC Gold project with deepest hole to date. Yukon Gold. Always interesting. And deepest hole to date often hints at scale potential, right?
It certainly can, yeah. Suggests they're testing the vertical extent of the mineralization. And the results from this deep hole at RC Gold look pretty compelling.
What do they find?
They hit 25.8 meters, grading 5.04 grams per ton gold.
5 grams over 25 meters. Nice. Was that within a broader zone?
Yes, that was within a much wider interval of 86.4 meters, which averaged 1.65 grams per ton gold overall.
Okay, so nearly 87 meters of mineralization with a really solid 25-meter high-grade core within it. Finding that kind of grade at depth must be encouraging for them?
Highly encouraging, yes. It suggests the system has legs vertically. That combination of grade and width, especially at depth, is what explorers are always looking for.
And they're still drilling.
Oh, yeah. They mentioned a fully funded 30,000-meter drill campaign is underway right now.
30,000 meters. That's a serious program.
It is. And the CEO, Corco, commented that these deep results, quote, confirm that the higher-grade gold mineralization intersected at depth extends both laterally and deeper.
So the system is potentially growing sideways and downwards. That ongoing, well-funded drilling, combined with these strong results, that's a key factor for investors to weigh up.
Absolutely. Well-funded, drilling aggressively, hitting good grades at depth in a known gold district like the Yukon. Yeah, that makes Sitka's story you'd want to follow closely.
Okay, so let's just quickly recap a real rapid-fire look at some key headlines hitting the small-cap wires.
Yeah, quite a mix. High-grade gold potential looking stronger for Freegold in Alaska and Sitka in the Yukon.
Right. Those intercepts suggest potential for larger, richer deposits. Then that potentially game-changing copper-silver discovery for Group 11 over in Ireland. Very high grades there.
Definitely stands out. And Abcourt mines in Quebec pushing towards getting that sleeping giant gold mine back online, hitting the grades they need.
And shifting gears, the cannabis company showing some Well, encouraging financial improvements, better margins, managing their debt.
Signs of stabilization, perhaps, in a tough sector.
So this is really just a quick flyby, wasn't it? Designed to flag these potentially significant developments for you right away.
Right.
We're trying to focus on those core numbers, the drill results, the financials, and what management is saying.
Things that signal there might be something more substantial happening under the surface. These are like the first signals, the early data points.
Yeah. So your job now, if any of these stories caught your attention,
is to go do your own homework, your own due diligence. We're just highlighting what hit the news.
absolutely. Think about what these results could mean. Could Freegold and Sitka define much larger resources? Is Group 11 onto a major critical minerals discovery in Europe?
Can Abcourt successfully restart production? Will cannabis continue to improve its financial footing and achieve sustainable operations?
Lots of questions. And with so much happening constantly in the small cap space, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other under-the-radar stories, maybe just showing these kinds of early, strong results, might hold the key to future opportunities for you? Something to think about.